Yeah, man. Yeah. No, you already know exactly what time it is. We're back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. So just got the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure y'all grab the snacks, y'all drinks, whatever the case may be, because we finna jump into this episode. Y'all see the flag right there? You already know what's going on, man. No, you already know exactly what's going on, man. So with that being said, the topic of this episode, we're gonna go a little deeper into this topic. I mean, we spoke on it briefly earlier, but we're gonna go back to it so I can go into a little more in depth. You have to weather the storm. You got to weather the storm. A lot of y'all see huge rain clouds forming. Y'all see big ass tornadoes coming through. Y'all see lightning, hail. You hear thunder, and you just start getting scared. You see the rain pouring down real hard, and you start to freak out. You don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how you're gonna make it through. You gotta weather it. You gotta weather the storm. That's the only way to get to the other side. The grass will be greener on the other side, and that's a fact. You just have to be willing to get there. There's too many people out there who are not willing to weather the storm. There's too many people out there who are not willing to go through it to get to the greener grass. But the truth is, how can you get to somewhere that's better if you're not willing to go? That's a fact. How can you get to somewhere that's better if you're not willing to go? That's just how it is, man. Um, the storm could be anything. It could be whether your financial situation is bad, your relationship situation is bad, your family situation is bad, your living situation could be bad. Anything. The storm could be anything. But you got to be willing to go through it to get to the other side. Because if you don't, you're just gonna remain stuck. It's just like going. It's like swimming through the water to get to the other side of the ocean. You want to get to that greatness status, but you don't want to swim through the water. You want to get to that top G status, but you don't want to go through the storm. You got to go through the storm. It's important. It's a part of life. Everybody has to go through the storm at some point. Everybody has to swim through that water at some point. Everybody gets scared at some point. But the thing that defines you and defines the differences between you and other people is them other people went through the storm. Them other people chose to go through the storm and get to the other side. That's a fact. That's the difference between you and them. That's the difference between the people who are on top and the people who are on the bottom. The difference between you and the people who are currently going through the storm is they're right here in the storm and you're down here still at the beginning of the storm. You ain't gone through yet. Why not? Because you're too scared, too lazy. You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get lost. You don't want to get hungry. You don't want to be thirsty and all that stuff. You're too scared. You think when God parted the waters for Moses and the Israelites, you think the Israelites sat there, well, what if the water comes down on us? No. Guess what happened? They went through. They weathered the storm. When the Egyptians were coming after them, they weathered the storm. And they went through the open waters and got to the other side. That's a fact. You think when they went to war with the Amalekites, you think they sat around and said, but what if they destroy us? And turned around and ran? No. They seen what they had to do, and they did it because they weathered the storm. Were they scared? Sure, they were scared. They were scared through every storm that they went through, but they weathered that storm, and they got through the other side where the grass was green. And eventually they got to their destination. That's a fact because they weathered the storm. They went through it. They stuck through it. They kept going. Some of them, maybe not. Some of them chose to give up. Some of them chose to switch sides. But the ones who made it at the end were the ones who stuck through it and weathered the whole storm. Now that's got to be you. You got to weather through whatever storm that you're going through. It could be a physical storm, mental storm, emotional, spiritual, anything, financial, anything. Whatever storm it is, you got to weather it. That's 100% facts. It's the only way you're going to get through it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this person up on out of here because I don't like that name. Let me go ahead and do this right here. Boom, just like that. You sit around and you got people sitting around, you know, they follow thousands of people, but they only got like a couple hundred followers in return. And it's just like, these are the type of people that sit there and pretend to be somebody when they not, when they nobody. Pretending ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's a fact. Pretending ain't gonna get you nowhere at all. Why? Because when you pretend to be someone and pretend to be something, that's fake. And fakeism never gets anywhere. Fakeism doesn't get you nowhere, doesn't get you nothing. That's 100% facts. People don't understand that. They think, oh, well, I can fake this and I can get this massive paying job. And guess what? When you get them that job and they see that you just really, you wasn't anything that you said on your resume, they're going to fire you. They're going to get rid of you so quick because you're a detriment to their business because you don't know nothing. So yeah, fakeism don't get you nowhere. That's 100% facts. It also be them same people who sit around and say, oh man, well, if I was in this position, I would have done this. If I was in that position, I would have done that. Man, I wouldn't have done this if I was Tupac. Man, I wouldn't have done this if I was Nipsey. I wouldn't have done this if I was JFK or this, that, and the third. How can you... It always be the people who ain't never been to war who sit around and say how they're going to go to war. What they're going to do in a war. How can you sit there and say what you're going to do or what you would do if you never had to do it in the first place? Like, come on, son. You can't make it up. That's just how some people be. You just gotta look past it and keep on walking. Just know that they're capping, and they're only capping for attention. They're trying to put their opinion out there when nobody asked for it because they're trying to be quote unquote relevant and they want attention. That's all it is. They just want that attention. So you just gotta keep on pushing and understand that they're just capping. That's 100% facts. And boy, that thunder is hitting right now. Boy, ooh, that was a long thunder strike, man. Ooh, that was so nice. That was so nice. Y'all gotta weather the storm, bro. Y'all gotta weather the storm. So yeah, man, with that being said, I'm fixing to get up on out of here. I'll be live on YouTube in a little bit. I'm not sure how long it'll be before I go live, but the link is in my bio. Y'all can go tap that, go subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and that way you'll get notified every time I go live and or upload a video over there. So with that being said, I'm out. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, mamas, aunties, grannies, and everybody else y'all know. Deuces.